Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is another transformation video. I'm going to be transforming this beautiful damsel. We're going to start off by trimming the brows. Alright, so I'm going to start off by brushing up the hair, like brush the hair upwards, and now I'm trimming the excess hair. Guys, you just brush up and then take out the excess hair. That is just it. So I am just doing that right now, and I make sure I brush it out up to make sure that all the excesses has been removed. Now I'm just trimming the hairs down. I just trim it little by little, guys. You don't want to clear out all the hairs. It's just to give the eyebrows a good shape. Here, that's the essence of trimming. So I just trim out little by little. I go in, I brush up, then trim the excess. When I see there's an excess, I trim it out. Alright, that's what you want to do. Then I brush it down again and then trim off the excess. So I'm done with these brows, and we'll move to the next brows. Alright, now I am doing the same thing I did on the other brows rather. So I just trim off the excess, I brush it up and make sure I am trimming off the excess. And now I am trimming the hairs down. I am trimming off the excess downwards also. Alright, and I'm taking my time, guys. I am taking off the hair little by little. So now I'm brushing it downwards and also trimming off the excess hair. So I'm going to be cleaning the face with this micellar water from Miss Metic. I think it's MS Metic. I'm going to be cleaning her face, guys. You need the face clean so your application can be smooth. So now I'm prepping her lips, or moisturizing her lips with this moisturizing balm. I think it's a moisturizing serum from Eyeshadow. So I'm just applying that all over her lips. Around now, I'm going to be hydrating her face with my Mario Badescu set rose water mist. So I'm doing that, and I like to blend in with my brush instead of allowing it dry off. So I just blend it in, and I'm going in with my Russian vitamin C serum for that hydration. So I'm just making sure I blend everything out into her skin, especially underneath her eyes, guys. You need underneath your eyes to moisturize. So I'm blending out everything and make sure it sinks into her skin. Alright, now I'm going to be going in with my moisturizer, and this is from MS Metic also. This is Moisture Bomb, and I'm going to apply that all over her skin, making sure it gets to the under eye. You don't want to miss out on the under eye. So I'm applying that on her forehead and every part of her face to keep her face moisturized, guys. Even if you have an oily or dry skin, you still need to moisturize your face. You need it. Like, do not skip moisturizing your face. Alright, now I'm going in with this Zarion Home Minimizer, and I applied that just under the eye because I want that place to be smooth. There's something this thing does, guys. This thing makes, wherever you apply it on, it makes it smooth. Like, try to those people that have large pores. Once you apply it, like, you barely see your pores show underneath your makeup, or it will barely be visible. Like, it won't be visible. Alright, so I'm just dabbing that beneath her eyes, and I think I applied a little on her mustache area. Alright, now I'm going to be going in with my skin filter primer from Zarion as well, and I'm just applying that on her T-zones. That's her forehead, her nose, her jaw, you know. So right now I'm going in with my Power Grip. I think this is, yeah, Power Grip. No, this is the Power Grip, yeah, from MS Metic also. And I'm applying that in those same places that I applied my primer. So now I mixed my foundation off camera. I'm sorry guys. So I noticed that her face is darker than her neck, so I actually blended the foundation to match her neck. So I just applied the foundation all over her face with a staple brush. So I'm doing that like so. I'm applying it all over her face, guys, all over her face with a staple brush. So right now I'm spraying it with that same Marabedesco spray. Once you do this, like, it makes blending easy for you, like your foundation just sinks into your skin. So right now I am blending it, guys. You can see the blend, like it is going into her skin. It is marrying her skin. Yeah. All right, I'm blending everywhere. Please make sure to tell your model to fold her lips, because you need everywhere blended. You don't want your model's face looking like one side is blended and there is a little patch somewhere. You need to blend everything out. As you can see, I take my time to blend. I do not rush. Blending. All right, that's what you want to do. You want to blend. Okay, so I'm just making sure I blend everything to her skin, like everything is seamless and, you know, married together and nice. Alright, now I'm just going to be contouring her face with my Urban Beauty concealer in 049, and I'm just contouring her cheekbone. That is where you want to apply your contour, on the cheekbone. This is to sculpt the face, to make the face look all chiseled, if you understand what I mean. So I'm also doing that on her forehead area because she has a large forehead, so I'm just trying to help reduce it. So when you contour the forehead, it gives the illusion of a smaller forehead, if you understand what I mean. So I'm just doing that. I'm just contouring her forehead like so. So guys, you want to go in little by little with your concealer. You don't want to pack it on and then start blending out. It will be very difficult for you to blend it out that way. So what you do is just apply it little by little, like build it up little by little. All right, now I'm still going to contour the other side of her cheekbone. Her cheekbone, guys, that's where you want to put your contour, on the cheekbone. So I'm also contouring the other side of her cheekbone. So now I went further to apply a cream blush. I can't exactly remember where it is. I think it was lip pencil that I use as a blush. So I'm just using it to add color to her face, you know, to give it some life. So I'm doing that on top of my contour, guys. Your blush should go on top of your contour, not under. So it is going on top of your contour. Okay, so I like to extend my blush a little bit to the forehead. I don't know why. I like it. I like the effect it gives. So I'm just doing that. All right, now I'm going to be first concealing under her eyes with this concealer from Urban Beauty, and this is 047. I decided to conceal first. I don't do this often as a spirit leads here. I decided to conceal first before I highlight, if you understand what I mean. So I'm just trying to cover up those areas because I don't really like to put foundation underneath her eyes or underneath my client's eyes. So I just decided to conceal. So I'm doing that on those areas that the light will usually hit. So the forehead, underneath the eyes, cupid's bow, the jaws, and the bridge of the nose. I'm just doing that. Then I'm now going to go in and blend. All right, so I blend. I try as much as possible. And guys, mind you, I forgot to say that your beauty blender needs to be damp, not wet, but damp. That way you can blend seamlessly. All right, so I'm just blending everything out, and you can see how everything is marrying into her skin. Like it is sinking into her skin. Alright, now I'm going to highlight her face. So I'm using this concealer also from Northern Beauty, and this is in 044. And I'm just going to apply little, guys. You know, I already concealed that place, so I don't want to add too many products underneath her eyes. So I'm just applying a little underneath her eye, her forehead, the bridge of her nose, and then her jaw. And I started off by blending those places that has little concealer. Okay, so I just blended it out, and now I'm going to go and blend underneath her eyes. All right, so I'm doing that like so. Guys, you want to take your time in blending because you need your under eye to be well blended out so there are no cracks or demarcations and all. So blend everything so it sinks into the skin. Alright, I'm going to go back again and blend the other side of the eye, and I'm doing that and making sure everything is seamless. Alright, so I'm going to be using this powder palette from Royal, I guess, and I'm using the I think I used 2 shades in front. I can't exactly remember the shades that I used. I mixed the yellow shade, the one that had the yellow undertone and the red undertone. I just mixed the both of them together. So I'm just setting underneath the eye, guys. I am taking this powder little by little. You can see that I'm just building it up. Like I'm not just packing it on, like I am just taking it little by little, and I am blending out the excess that came out with, you know, the side of the beauty blender that I used to blend her foundation. So I'm doing that. I'm still trying to blend out that side, okay? And I'm taking the powder. If you want to set with a powder palette, be sure to once you take the powder, please dust off before you apply it to the face, so there are not a lot of fallout from your brush or whatever, or you don't get lots of fallout on or pack too many products on the face. Alright, so I'm just doing that same thing on the other side of her face. I'm doing that, and I am taking it little by little and just, you know, pressing it down into her skin little by little. And I'm also applying a little on her mustache area, and then I'm just going back with a bigger brush to set the rest of her face, her forehead, and her jaw. Make sure everywhere is all set with the powder. Alright, now we're going to be contouring her nose, you know, to give it that sculpted look. So I'm going to be gently taking this dark powder, and this powder has a red undertone. So I am gently lining. So now you want to contour your nose into your brows. Make sure that powder goes into the brows to give it that line. So I'm just going to bring it down I'm doing the same thing on the other side of her nose. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side, and mind you guys, I take the product little by little. I don't pack it on. I think I need to emphasize more on this. Like, take your products little by little. Don't pack too much on. It will be difficult for you to blend. So I'm just making sure that goes into her brows. I don't know, I think I mostly have issues with contouring the nose. This is one of my problem areas, but I'm working to get better. Alright guys, so I'm just making sure that is seamless and nice and sculpted, like so. So now what I do is I go in with the powder I use in setting her face to just try and diffuse that powder I use in contouring, so it doesn't look too dark and harsh. So I just did that. Alright, now I'm going to be setting those areas that I had earlier contoured with the concealer. So I'm just doing that and making sure I, set it with a dark shade of powder. That same shade I used in contouring the nose, I'm using that same shade on her forehead, on her cheekbones, to make sure everything. You need to set with powder also so that everything is dry and matte. Alright, now I think I'm setting the whole of her face now. I'm marrying everything together with her shade, like her powder shade. I'm just marrying everything, the highlight, the contour, the blush. I am marrying everything together with a shade of powder. You just need to, set the whole of her face with the exact shade of her skin, like her skin tone, the exact shade. So I'm doing that. I'm making sure everything is all, blended out and in sync with each other. There are no demarcations and all. Alright, now I'm going to be setting the under eye. I'm going to be setting all the places that I had earlier highlighted with a setting powder, and this setting powder is from Evo, and this is, I think I mixed Evo and Revlon. They are dark setting powder. I can't remember the exact number. I mixed the both of them to just set. Guys, if you can see, I'm not taking a lot. I'm just setting with it. We're going to go back to bake, but this is just setting, like it just enhancing the setting that you had already done with your face powder. So I'm now doing that, making sure everywhere is and most of the times I like to do this and I put setting powder right to set that her mustache area, because most of the times I get clients that get smile lines to just help prevent her smile lines from popping out, and I'm doing that on her forehead as well. Alright, I think now I'm going to go in and bake. This is baking, guys, so now I'm baking her face. I'm doing that. I'm going to be doing this on the both side. Now guys, don't use too much powder or setting powder to bake, because when you use too much to bake, one, it will be difficult to sweep off, and two, I think you get what's it called, flashback with it. So you just need enough powder to catch off your fallout that comes from your eyeshadow. So it's just little goes a long way, guys. So now I'm just using that setting powder to further sculpt the nose, to just give the nose the illusion of a pointed look. So I'm just trying to get that right now. So to prep the brows, I'm going to be using this brow gel from TM Essential, and I'm going to be taking a little on the spoolie. Some people call it spoolie, some call it mascara wine. So I'm just going to be putting some on it and using it to brush up my brows. Guys, you need to do this. This gives the brows a different look. Like, you don't want to miss out on this. So right now I'm going to further go in with my setting powder to set, so that it takes out the oil from your brow gel. Like, it will help suck out that excess oil from the brow gel, if you know what I mean. So I'm doing that like so. And right now I am going to be drawing the brows, and this is Davis pencil in number 3, and I am lightly drawing the brows, guys. Like, lightly. You don't add too much pressure on the pencil, you just lightly draw the brows, and at intervals I go in to sharpen the pencil. So I'm also doing that. And guys, you want to start drawing your brows 1 or 2 to 3 inches away from the beginning of your brows, like just 2 to 3 inches away. Then you start drawing, because you need the front of your brows looking natural, if you know what I mean. Alright, now I'm just trying to, draw the brows perfectly to get that perfect shape, So now I'm going to be lightly giving these brows some strokes, like some artificial strokes. And you need your pencil to be very sharp for this. Sharpen your pencil at intervals and just go in lightly, guys, lightly, and draw those strokes. And please avoid those areas that has a lot of hairs. I don't go in with pencil in the areas that I know that there are a lot of hairs. So right now I'm going to the other brows, and I'm also drawing the brows. Guys, as you can see, I did not start from the beginning of the brows. I started like 2 to 3 steps further. Alright, so I'm also drawing the upper part of the brows, and just trying to give the same shape as I did in the other brow. Alright, now I am still going into gently and softly stroke, give the brow some stroke, like false hairs, that's what it's called, false hairs. So just give the brows false hairs. Guys, as you can see, I don't go into those places that has hairs. I just fill in those places that are sparse, that are blank. So now I'm concealing the brows, and I'm using the concealer. I think this is Toffee. Alright, I'm just cleaning up the upper part of the brows. Oh no, sorry, I think I used the remnant of a foundation to clean the top part of her brows. I used the foundation that was left in my foundation plate to just clean the top part of her brows. And I'm just lining it. I'm not doing too much. I'm just creating the straight line, and I'm doing the same thing on the other side to just give that straight line. And I don't use too much concealer to clean the brows, especially the top part of the brows. I don't like to use too much concealer. I just take very little concealer, and just to make sure they are clean. That's just the aim. So I'm just doing that. Alright, now I'm going to be cleaning or concealing underneath the brows, and I'm just cleaning it with my what's it called, elegant concealer in Toffee. So I'm just going to blend that out. I'll make sure it's all blended out. So I did the other brows, I cleaned the other brows or concealed the other brows off camera. So I just went in to, make sure that those areas that my hand had touched were not looking kind of shabby. I went in with my powder brush, and there is no powder on the brush. It's just the powder brush that I used before, so I just used it to, make sure my hands did not smudge any area. So right now I'm setting the brow. I'm setting the concealer I used in that brow with a powder. I think this powder is from, I think this is a oil control powder. Can't exactly remember. This is an oil control powder. So I'm just using that to set the brows. Right now I'm adding, this is now a powder blush, but actually I used what's it called, an eyeshadow for this blush. I just mixed a red and an orange eyeshadow, and I'm just using that to add color to her face. I think I lost some of the color. So now once I apply brush, I still go in with my brush to blend it out, because I don't like my blush looking all harsh. I blend it out. I make sure I blend it out. I use my contour brush first, then I use the powder brush that I use in setting the rest of her face. I use it to blend it out, so it's looking all seamless and there are no harsh lines or demarcation. So I'm going to be priming her eyes. This is an eyeshadow primer. This is Benign Clown White, and I will be priming her eyes with it. And I just apply it before I start blending the eyeshadow primer. So now I just start blending it, and guys, please, you have to be careful with blending it, because you do not want the harsh line on your eyeshadow. So I blend and I take out the excess from the brush on my hand. I just clean it out and go back in to blend to make sure it is well blended before I go in with my eyeshadow. Alright, I'm using this powder, that same powder I used in contouring her nose and her face. I'm using that to, I'm using that to give my transition. I'm using that as my transition color, and I like to blend it to the brows also. Sorry guys, I didn't know my phone stopped at that time. It stopped recording, so I'm sorry for that part that was skipped. What I did was just to mix a dark brown and black together to just to smoke out the eye, because I like to smoke the eye when I'm using a pigment or glitter. So I just make sure I smoke out that area. I like to do that before applying any glitter or pigment. And I'm building it up, guys. I am building it up. I just take it little by little. So when I'm applying a pigment glue, I can't remember where this pigment glue is from, to be honest. So my mother is actually sleeping right now. I think my hands are therapeutic. So I'm just going in with my pigment glue and I'm applying it on the area where I want my pigment to lay. And I'm going in with this pigment from, I think I mixed the pigment from Lost Star Cosmetic and Hush D. I think Hush Beauty or Hush D. I can't exactly remember, but I mixed this two. I think this was a gold and wine pigment, and I was building this pigment up. I was taking it little by little. I just kept on building this pigment until I was satisfied with the outcome of the pigment. I just kept on doing it until I was satisfied. Alright, now I'm using this pencil from Paula Beauty on her waterline. So I'm just using that. So my pencil is actually very small. I have overused the life of this pencil, but we move. So I'm just going to do that on the other side of her eye. It's just in her waterline, or on the waterline, sorry. So now I'm just going to be doing that, and then I'll go further to smudge her lower lash with a dark brown eyeshadow. I just need that place to look kind of smoky, you know. So I'm just going to do that on the other eye also. And voila. Sorry guys, I did the lips and I wore lashes off camera. So now I'm just, you know, setting the face with my setting spray from Cosmetics. And I'm just, you know, giving my model baby just dressing her hair, guys. This is the finished look, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Please, you guys, subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up, like, comment, you know. In the comment section, just tell me whatever video you like to see. If you'd like to see more of makeup transformation videos, please just let me know in the comment section, and I will do that. I'll make sure I make videos on that. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking by, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.